Yo, so guys, welcome back to another video. This is another reaction to Trend Central. I did a reaction to this channel yesterday, I think, and it was the craziest police chases. It was some of the videos. I wasn't expecting it to actually show the clips as much as it did, but it showed them, and I was like, God damn, there's some crazy ass police chases that have gone down throughout, like, I say history. That's not the best way to say it, but yeah, just there's been some crazy ass police chases, and I saw this pop up. And I thought, you know what, I've reacted to this channel yesterday, so I'm assuming it will be the same kind of quality in terms of showing the videos and explaining it, etc. But yeah, real prison escapes caught on camera. Hopefully this is actually true. I mean, I don't actually know if this will be or not, but fingers crossed. But I'm excited to get into this because I know there's been some crazy prison escapes. Like, there's been some huge ones that have been all over the news. Obviously, you've got Pablo Escobar, who was known for his prison escapes, but yeah, man, we're going to see. I'm expecting some crazy clips, but you never know with YouTube. Let's just get into this. Quick shout out to my Instagram, my Twitter, links in the description for those interested in following. Closing in on 6K on my Instagram, so I'd appreciate a follow there. But yeah, links are there. Same my Patreon, links are all there. I've started doing a lot more Patreon exclusive reactions again. The What Would You Do series, obviously reacting to like Super Bowl halftime shows, all other things, crime series, all links in the description for those interested in that. But let's get into this one, man. It's a short one, but I'm excited to get into it.
Been trying to escape prisons ever since their inception. In most cases, prison breaks fail, but this isn't always the case. Escapes don't only happen in the movies, as they actually happen much more often than you'd like to think in the real world. It's human nature to seek freedom, and it's going to be very clear the lengths some people will take to relish that sweet taste of fresh air. Luckily for us, most fail, but those very few truly committed criminals who are willing to risk it for the biscuit sometimes succeed spectacularly. Ready to meet the guys that escaped and lived to tell the tale? Let's get it on. Under the radar. Sometimes you just have to wing it. No pre-planning, thought process, or careful consideration. If you see an opening, you take it. Two inmates were on garage duty outside the high fences of the prison. All it took was a fleeting glance towards each other, a little nod, and they were off. They bolted out of the prison grounds as fast as they could, leaving the supervising guard staring after them in disbelief as he called in the escape on his radio. Once the coast was clear, the pair split up to go their separate ways, every man for himself. They were apprehended a few days later in a nearby barn and apartment complex. How these guys flew under the radar and convinced the guards to let them outside without restraints is anyone's guess. Over the fence. Some criminals would move heaven and earth in order to be free from the prison walls. Others would just simply move part of the wall. These two inmates removed a couple of cinder blocks and squeezed through the openings before throwing a blanket over a 25-foot high razor wire fence and fleeing into the woods. The holes in the wall were covered by posters, and they even made dummies out of pillows and blankets in their beds to buy them valuable time. After all that work, they were caught when a local resident saw tracks in the mud at a nearby creek and alerted the authority.
What the fuck? That's crazy. A resident just found their feet marks in the mud, and that's how they were found. Like, what? Imagine that's the way you get caught.
If you're thinking of breaking out of jail, it'd probably be best if you didn't follow in the footsteps of these crooks.
And threw a blanket over the razor wire before running across the roof to a temporary freedom.
Think fast, act fast. When at first you don't succeed, try and try again. After a few failed attempts over the course of a day, this jailbird decided to bide his time and wait for his moment. When one presented itself, he had to think fast and act fast. As the police moved away from the patrol car to process his transfer, this guy saw an opening as the garage door was closing. He sprinted out of the tiny opening with the best display of speed limbo you've ever seen in your life. As the roller door closed behind him, it took the cops valuable minutes to get outside, and by this stage, he was long gone. He covered so much ground that not even a 2-hour sniffer dog search could find him. He was arrested the next day, and you could say his luck had run out. Pun very much intended.
Oh my days, man. That is insane, bro. These clips are ridiculous.
Slow and controlled. When you're not a criminal mastermind, you have to play to your strengths. Being a silver-tongued Casanova has its perks, especially if the guard making eyes at you just happens to be holding the keys to the only barrier between you and freedom. These guys calmly opened the gate and casually strolled out of the jail with no urgency at all, without a care in the world. There aren't many scenarios where a prison guard and an escaped con can live happily ever after. She's seen running her hands through her hair and looking totally stressed out, rethinking her life choices. The following day, she's arrested, and the three guys on the run are apprehended 5 days later after a tense siege with police. Stick to what
Wait, what did we just hear this again?
A prison guard and an escaped con can live happily ever after.
Oh, so she was trying. Fuck it. She got caught in the love circle, yeah, with an inmate. God
She's seen
damn.
running her hands through her hair and looking totally stressed out, rethinking her life choices. The following day, she's arrested, and the 3 guys on the run are apprehended 5 days later after a tense siege with police. Stick to what you're good at, guys. Breaking hearts, not breaking out of jail.
A camera in the alley outside captured the men dressed in all white casually walking away.
Van hit and run. If something's too good to be true, it generally is. A group of prisoners were being escorted through the garage on their way back to their cells. One is seen lingering, and soon after walks behind a transport van out of sight, with the guards going ahead and not noticing he's missing. All that's left for him to do is open the door, turn the key that's so conveniently sitting in the ignition, and start the van. It's like the stars have aligned and the universe is almost begging him to take his chances for freedom. He floors the van, smashing through the garage door, and is free and clear. Or so he thought. He crashed into some trees nearby and was arrested. Most people steal a car and then get sent to jail, not the other way around.
I just want to know, I don't know if I'm hoping, but I'm interested if in the next few clips that there are going to be, there's going to be any people who haven't been caught since. I assume that's not the case because obviously the technologies and stuff, but I'd be interested if there were, man, because that would be insane. Escaping prison and just being free, like. But we'll see.
Even dumb criminals get lucky breaks eventually. After being arrested at a motel for theft, this woman found her way into a police holding cell. She was left alone with her phone to try to arrange bail money and a life home. She struggles to break free of the cuffs, anchoring her to the wall in between checking text messages. Even though police say the cuffs were on its tightest setting, she was able to wriggle her dainty hands free. She took the keys off a hook on the wall and used them to open an emergency exit to quietly slip out the back door while no one was watching. She was busted an hour later when she returned to the same hotel where she was arrested that morning, instantly recognized by the staff who worked there.
What are you doing, man? For fuck's sake.
Bulldozer Attack.
How stupid can
Denmark
you be?
is famous for
Bulldozer
Vikings and Lego bricks, but mass prison escapes? Not so much. 25 years ago, a TV film crew received an anonymous tip about a protest outside of a prison in Copenhagen and went there to document the event. What happened next was a bulldozer slamming into the brick wall of the jail and knocking it down, with prisoners running out of the hole like ants fleeing from their nest. They can be seen running down the street laughing and cheering, celebrating their newfound freedom. The film crew were arrested on suspicion of having prior knowledge of the escape and failing to notify police. 13 inmates escaped in total, some with lengthy jail terms for violent crimes and murder, with only 3 ever being caught.
Are you serious? Only 3 were caught.
Detailed instructions. Prisons are designed to keep
Flipping
inmates
hell.
in.
How is that not number 1? What else is going to be
give them
here?
easy ways to get out. After all, the key to success is executing a carefully detailed plan. Typically, you would think that installing air vents large enough for a man to squeeze through close to the floor would be a bad idea in a prison, but this was exactly how this trio gained access into the plumbing shafts behind the wall. They used ropes made out of bed sheets and had a getaway van waiting with fresh clothes and a bottle of Jack Daniels for a celebratory drink. It only took 8 minutes for 3 inmates to complete their complex plan. Ironically, using a cell phone to film their escape from their cell. These guys traded 15 minutes of fame for an extra 15 years behind bars. Daring escape. They say that courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. Arrested at school for fighting, this teenager was left alone in an interrogation room for only 10 seconds before he threw caution to the wind and fearlessly jumped out of a 16-foot-high second-story window. He may just have rubber bones, as he got straight back up after surviving the fall and got out of there as fast as his legs could carry him.
I love when the guy comes back in, he notices he's gone.
14 minutes later, and you can
clearly it's 14 minutes later.
Him saying a few choice words when he realizes what's happened. The boy was found 3 hours later at his friend's house. We can safely say that when he turns 21, the only bars he'll be attending will be made of iron. Through the window. The mind is a powerful thing. All you have to do is believe in yourself and commit. This inmate had a pretty simple plan. He was being processed in a detention center. One of his buddies would distract the guard while he made his getaway. When he saw an extremely small window, he thought, think thin, over and over in his head before taking a running leap, diving through the window. Once outside, he got into the getaway car his girlfriend was waiting in, and they were off like a modern-day Bonnie and Clyde. 26 days later, they were discovered living in an abandoned house in the next state state after an anonymous tip-off. The warden said he's taking extra steps and putting locking mechanisms on the window, which should have been a no-brainer in a prison.
Yeah.
Hey, you still there? Well, since you made it this far, here are all the shout-outs we promised everyone that commented on our previous video.
Oh, it's the end, man. Oh, I really enjoy this channel, but I just wish it went on. That's the issue. It's just the videos are quite short. But I enjoyed it, man. Stories are ridiculous. And of course, they're all in the US again. Maybe this channel was just US based, so that's why. But, God, the US has got some crazy damn people, that's for sure. Imagine being only 3 out of 30 people getting caught from an escape. I know, man. That is insane. The Copenhagen prison break got me. I can feel the man's yeah. So where's this dude hanging on the helicopter? Yo, there should be a show where professional parkourists try to escape maximum security prison. Just like cops and robbers, you know. That yeah and 538 was classic. Must have been one of the 10 that never caught. Yeah. Yeah. Imagine escaping jail by climbing the fence and being caught because someone called the police for seeing tracks. And I was so done on that one, man. Just a random person saw it. Dang, the thumbnail lied to me again. Welcome to YouTube clickbait. When you're so early that the only person commenting are bots. Those guys in the white suits are trustees. It's not hard for them to escape. I don't even know what that is. I guess it's not someone who like has higher or better. What is it? I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. They're like the best behaved inmates, so they get a better, like they get more advantages and stuff. I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, hopefully enjoy this one again. Suggest some more maybe prison escape videos, more police chase ones, more compilations, more just batshit crazy ones. I find these videos so fascinating to see, but yeah, suggest what you want to see in future. Hopefully enjoy this one, and I mean yeah, until next time, like, subscribe, and peace.